What's going on, Sacktown viewers? I'm Ray.
And I'm Jared.
Welcome to another episode of That Sacktown Podcast.
So today, me and Ray are going to continue our ranking series at each position in the NBA. Today, we're gonna do small forwards and power forwards. Before Ray gets into a little stipulation, I want to adjust last video. I did not mean to put Lonzo in as an honorable mention. I forgot about Chris Paul. Forgot about so many guys. I blanked. I just said Lonzo because honestly, I kind of wanted to piss y'all off, and it kind of worked. I don't think Lonzo still has potential, but he's not top 5 potential. And we forgot Oladipo for the honorable mentions. If he was healthy, he would. What?
He would be number 4 on my list, Oladipo.
He would honestly, for me, be 3 above Jimmy Butler and CJ and Beal. But if you want to get to what you have to say about the power forwards, go ahead.
Okay, so we decided that just a video on small forwards would kind of be boring. So we decided to do small forwards, power forwards, and then the next video will be centers and coaches. We thought that'd be kind of cool to incorporate coaches. So I know last time we said we'll put Giannis at small forward, but we've kind of had a change of heart. We feel that he played power forward the whole year, and playoffs. He's been playing power forward. So
I thought he'd been playing small forward because I've seen him on Kawhi quite a bit.
Well, I mean, he's just guarding Kawhi. That doesn't mean like it's small forward on small forward. I mean,
That makes sense.
They got Bledsoe, Brogdon, Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez. I think that's their starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
I could be, but we're just gonna put him at power forward. Tobias Harris, there's a lot of confusion if he's small forward, power forward. Gonna have him at power forward for this video. Middleton is gonna be a small forward for this video. That's why he wasn't on the shooting guard list. So, Jared, if you want to go ahead, we'll start with our honorable mentions for small forward.
So, actually, you go ahead first. I have to make one more adjustment to my thing.
All right. For small forward, I only had one honorable mention. I didn't want to have a lot like I did last time. So this is kind of surprising because he's a rookie, Luka Doncic. He had a crazy year last year.
What? Ray's talking good about Luka. What?
He had a good year this year. I'll give him that. He showed poise on the court. He showed that he was a leader on the court. I'm excited to see what him and Porzingis do. But he's such a good rookie, such a good player. I'm excited to see what the future beholds for him. So he's my honorable mention. He might crack the top 5 next year. We'll see. But go ahead.
Luka is actually also my honorable mention as well. I don't think he's top 5 next year. I think his ceiling is higher than about 2 guys-ish on my list that I have right now. So I think give me like 2, maybe 3 years, and I think he can get top 5 small forward. He's already so polished. He just needs to obviously increase everything, but he's great.
Retire, which a couple people on this list probably will. He'll definitely climb up in the top 5. Yeah. So go ahead, 5, Jared.
My number 5, I have Chris Middleton of the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm not really a big fan of the Bucks because I think people like to overrate them and say how great of a roster they are and how they're going to smash Toronto and smash Golden State. I think it's a little overplayed, but Chris Middleton is so good. He's 6'9" or 6'8". Doesn't matter. He's tall. He's a really good defender. He can shoot the lights out. He can switch on a shooting guard, small forward, and some power forwards. He is Giannis' second best teammate, second best player. He made his first All-Star this season. I think he's like an example of like a really good 2-way wing to have as your second or third best player. I don't think Chris Middleton can be the second best player on a championship team as of right now. I think he's averaging like 21, 8 and 7 or something like that. He's not 8 and 7, but he's averaging around 21 from like 5 to 6 in the assists and rebounds. He's just all around a really solid player. He made his first All-Star, and he was Giannis' first pick for the bench. I thought that was funny, but Giannis respecting his teammates, so not much to say about it. I have Chris Middleton at 5.
Me too. Chris Middleton had a breakout year. He's always been really good, but he's improved his scoring a lot. His 3-point percentage is just it's really good for him and the small forward position. He's a lights out shooter. Just he's a great player. I'm not gonna go more into detail about it. You said everything mainly about Chris Middleton. I love the guy, but as much as I like him, I hope the Bucks don't give him max contract. I hope he's smart enough to know that he doesn't deserve that. And if he really wants to win a ring with Milwaukee, he'll take a pay cut. I say about 18 million a year is good for him, but we're doing the top 5. We don't need to talk about contracts. Number 4.
Quick little shout out before we get to the next one. I'm watching the Raptors game right now, and Milwaukee is about to lose. Just letting you guys know. So, 2 games to 2, but go on.
I mean, they're about to lose. It wasn't even Giannis's game. It was just bad play by his role players and his bench. Brook Lopez. I think Chris Middleton's the only other guy that scored over 10 points. But
Middleton had 25.
That's it. Number 4, Paul George. Paul George was an MVP candidate. I don't think he's gonna win. I think the other 2 above him they separated themselves a lot. Had a tremendous year though. He had a stretch where he was the best 2-way player in the league. This year though, he had a stretch where he was doing that. Great defense, perimeter defense, everything is amazing. 3-point shooting. He choked in the playoffs a lot, but he was a phenomenal 3-point shooter during the year. Very, very clutch. He had a lot of clutch shots this year. I just don't think he's better than the other 3. I think that's pretty simple. But, great year by Paul George. He's definitely showing that he's a superstar.
I have Paul George at 4 too. One thing I will say about Paul George is that the reason why he won't win MVP and won't ever win MVP is because he's inconsistent. He had stretches where he was borderline the best player in basketball, but you can make the argument that Giannis was better, and I would. You already went to Paul George, so I'm not going to say much, but my opinion, best player on the Thunder. That's a little controversial. Westbrook MVP. I don't care about his MVP. I care about what's going on right now. And right now, without Paul George, I don't know where the Thunder would be. But he's kind of like Chris Middleton, but upgraded. He's a 2-way wing, can shoot, play defense, run the offense, play make. That's it, to be honest.
The drop off between number 4 and 5 is pretty big, but I think 1 through 4 they're all just like top 10 players in my opinion. But like 4 to 5, I mean, I think Middleton's a top 30 player, but not like top 20. Do you want to go with your number 3 pick?
Yeah, it's gonna piss you off. I have LeBron at 3. So let me just clear the air here about what I mean by when I have LeBron at 3. LeBron is the best player in this generation. From when he came into the league, Kobe and Duncan were better. But from 2008-ish to now, LeBron has been the best player in terms of career accolades. But I'm looking at what's happening right now and what's transpired over these last couple this season and season before. So LeBron had a down season. I don't care about his points. LeBron's always going to put up points. I don't care about his assists. I care about the fact that he's no longer capable of playing defense. I'm talking about the fact that LeBron is incapable of being a leader. I would argue that he has regressed as a leader to a point where he alienated his teammates so bad that they did not want to play with him. He is to a point where stars don't like playing with LeBron, and that's a problem. It's a problem when Steph Curry is a more attractable teammate to play with than LeBron because of his leadership. I'm not saying Curry is necessarily a better leader than LeBron, but if you ask me who I'd rather play with in terms of like recruiting, I would go with Steph Curry. I talk about LeBron's not a great shooter, but I will say for LeBron's sake, he still, if he wouldn't have got hurt, the Lakers probably would have made the playoffs. They wouldn't have gone far. No one thinks that. He's still LeBron. He's just incapable of playing defense. Right now, he is not better than my top 2 guys. He's not in the playoffs, so we can't even rank him above these next 2 guys. For his career, definitely. He's achieved more than everybody on my list. He's achieved more than everybody in the NBA. He's number 2 on my all-time list. But right now, in these last couple of seasons, I will take these two guys who are younger and more well-rounded than I would take LeBron. And for me, last thing for me, what really gets me is the defense and the leadership. LeBron's not a good leader. Let's just call it how it is.
My God. Okay. You sound so stupid. Okay. Defense. I will give you that. LeBron is not a good defensive player. I don't think he's ever really been a good defensive player. But the leadership thing that is complete. That's wrong. Okay. The Lakers didn't make the playoffs and they had huge hopes. But let me explain to you why. The Lakers actually were on a huge run before he got hurt on Christmas. They were looking to be a top 4 or 5 seed maybe. LeBron obviously gets hurt and it gets delayed. It was only supposed to be like 1 week, and then it ended up being like almost 2 months. Almost, it felt like. So that definitely hurt. That he was out for, I think. I'm just gonna I don't even know. It was at least 10.
He was out. He was out for about a quarter-ish of the season.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say those young players around him are injury prone and they are not good. I'm sorry. They have a lot of potential. The only one good is Kuzma. Brandon Ingram has not blossomed to the player that he should be. No. Let me keep talking. Lonzo Ball, great defensive player, cannot shoot the ball. Secondly, that whole Pelican scandal at the trade deadline hurt the chemistry so bad. That once that happened, the team already knew they weren't going to make the playoffs. The young players knew that LeBron didn't want them anymore, which definitely that's going to make them lose their motivation. Okay, so I mean that's a little bit of a knack on his leadership, but that is not good enough. As long as LeBron is in the league, he's going to be the best player in the league. He shot 51% from the field goal. He had 27 and a half, 8 and with almost 1.5 steals.
I don't care. Like I was saying
right now, he might not have led his team to the playoffs, but there were so many factors that you have to think of it into that: injuries, team chemistry. I mean,
okay,
we've never seen that with LeBron. Plus, with rookies, he's never played with rookies. He's always had good veteran presence that respects him, and when he tells them to do something, they do it. I'm not gonna hate on the rookies. They're very Brandon Ingram. Even though I don't think he's blossomed as a player, he had good games. He had 20-point games. He obviously Lonzo, like you said, has great defense. One of the best defensive point guards in the league. Kyle Kuzma is a great shooter, but I think they're a little overrated. They're rookies. Everybody bases them off of potential, but none of them have showed that yet. So don't ever disrespect LeBron like that.
Time out. No one is disrespecting LeBron. I had number 2 on my all-time list. You had him at number 3. So I had him at number 2 on my all-time list. You had him at number 3. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't want to hear anything about LeBron is playing with rookies. LeBron is playing with potential. LeBron took a Cleveland Cavaliers team whose second best player was not Kyrie, whose second best player was Kevin Love, and old D Wade, Jeff Green, who else? Larry Nance, to the NBA Finals. I understand he played in the East. I understand that. I'm not. But if you're LeBron, you cannot, for one, stop playing defense. I don't care how old you are. Michael Jordan never, ever stopped playing defense, no matter how old he was. If you want to compare, if we're comparing LeBron all time, that's where you lose me. You can't be that bad of a leader for your team. You can't alienate all your teammates. No wonder no one wants to play with LeBron. Kawhi doesn't want to play with LeBron. KD doesn't want to play with LeBron. Kyrie doesn't want to play with LeBron. I can see Kyrie doing something like that because, like I said, Kyrie can't lead his own team, and I could see Kyrie swallowing his pride and going back. But
people don't want to play with LeBron because they don't want to be the second-hand man, and they know they will because LeBron is the best player in the league. That's why Kawhi doesn't want to play with the Lakers, because he doesn't want to be the second best player on a team. He wants to be the first. Kevin Durant doesn't want to play with the Lakers because he wants to build his own dynasty with the Knicks or a lower tier team. That's why. So don't say it's based off his leadership skills. Don't ever do that.
He's a bad leader. You know what?
Let's just continue. Let's just
One more
continue.
thing. One more thing. It's
We'll
quick. It's quick.
in the comment
I would
section.
take I would take Steph Curry leadership over him. I would take Draymond Green in terms of leader over both over LeBron right now. Number
Draymond,
two. Oh wait.
Draymond Green, I would definitely argue that Draymond Green is the main leader on the Warriors. But number 3, I actually had Kawhi. Kawhi's been balling out in playoffs. Probably one of the best playoffs we've ever seen in this decade. Great, obviously a regular season player. First quarter of the season, he was like in talks for MVP. I love the guy. Best two-way player in the league. I could say that without a doubt, especially after this playoffs. Probably a top 10 defender of all time, maybe top 5. I think his shot is a little bit underrated. I think he has a really good shot. If he's open,
that's weird though. It looks weird. Do you see the way it's so weird. It has like no arc.
I mean, it goes in. It goes in. Kawhi's a baller. I can't wait for when he joins the Clippers, bro. I'm definitely getting his jersey right away. So Kawhi, come LAC. We're waiting.
You know
for
what?
you.
Honestly, I have no problem with Kawhi joining the Clippers. I want him. I want the best for Kawhi, which is why I have Kawhi at 2. But look, I'm not gonna talk about the playoffs. He's the best player in the playoffs right now to me. I don't think it's. I don't. Second best player to me is Curry, and then I would take Giannis and then Draymond. Kawhi is a Finals MVP. He beat LeBron in the NBA Finals when Kawhi was still coming into his own. He wasn't a superstar yet. Kawhi is a better defender than LeBron. Not even close. Doesn't even come close. Right now, he's a better scorer than LeBron. Efficiency wise, I don't think it's quite close actually.
You want to put up LeBron's efficiency this season?
Hold on. He's younger. He's not gonna ever pass LeBron all time. Honestly, LeBron. Nobody in this on my list is gonna pass LeBron all time. But
nobody.
No, I don't think anybody will. No, honestly, nobody will right now. If I'm building a team right now, I would take Kawhi over LeBron. He's younger. He's a better defender. He's a better shooter. LeBron's a better playmaker. Kawhi, honestly, is not a great passer. He's average. I just like him because of his defense and because Kawhi is no drama. He puts his head down. He goes to work. He does his thing every single day. And for people to say that he's only good because he had Greg Popovich, that is stupid. That is so stupid. He's balling out right now in Toronto and with no Popovich. What is Nick Nurse on Greg Pop? No, stop. That's ridiculous. Stop.
Okay, so all right. As you can tell, I have LeBron at 1, so I have KD at 2. You have KD at 1. Let me talk about KD since you're the Warriors fan, all right? KD is a baller, best offensive player. I can say in this decade. Best shooter of this decade for sure. Not from the 3, but he can shoot from anywhere. He can drive. He's actually underrated on defense. He gets a lot of blocks.
He's an elite defender. He's an elite defender.
All we'll ever have on Kevin Durant is he's just too skinny. That's it. But other than he's a baller. I still don't think he'll ever pass LeBron James all time, but he might be a top 10 player when it's all said and done. If he goes to the Knicks and he wins a ring, he's top 10. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. He won't pass LeBron all time. KD at this point, the only way he can have a chance is if he goes to the Knicks and creates a mini dynasty, being the best player on the team. Me personally, I think KD is a better scorer than LeBron ever was. KD is a walking bucket. You don't honestly. I'm not talking about that, but right now, KD is the best player in basketball. Like I said, all time, I take LeBron for his career. LeBron has accomplished way more. The one knock I have against KD and why, in my opinion, he will never be as important as Steph Curry, never be as great as LeBron, because he had to join a 73-win team to get past over LeBron.
Hey. Let me say this though. You'll never see Patrick Beverly locking up LeBron. I'll just say that. You'll never see Pat Bev locking up LeBron.
He did not lock up KD. KD had 2 games where he had 2 bad games. The rest of that he dropped 40 plus every single game. I don't give a crap about Patrick Beverly.
All right, hey, let's move on to power forwards.
Cool.
My list was honorable mention Doncic, number 1 LeBron, KD 2, Kawhi 3, Paul George, Chris Middleton. Your list was
KD, Kawhi, LeBron, PG, Chris Middleton. Same honorable mention as you.
all right. Power forward, power forward, power forward. Honorable mentions. Want to go first?
Yeah, I have the guy that used to play for this same team as on my jersey. I have Porzingis. I love Porzingis. I don't know how anybody could not love Porzingis. If Porzingis has the potential to be the best player in basketball, potential. He's a 7'3" big man who can shoot, defend, play make. He can score anywhere he wants to. Injuries is holding him back, and him playing for the Knicks is also holding him back. I hope that he can recover in Dallas, and I hope he can get healthy for one, and two, if he gets better in every asset of the game, he can be on. Give him a couple years, I think he could be on my number 1 players level. Porzingis is crazy potential, crazy potential.
I think best player in the league is a big stretch. I mean, I think he might be able to crack the top 10 with his potential, but I think best player is a little too much. But he's also my honorable mention. I feel like I haven't seen him play in so long. That's the only reason why he's my honorable mention. I also had Julius Randle. He had a great year this year. I don't know. A lot of people are saying it's a product of the Pelican system, but I'm just gonna. He balled out, man. He had a lot of double doubles. He definitely proved that he should be a starter on a team. The Lakers, I mean, they got rid of him and D'Lo.
Oh,
Day.
that's funny. All right, I'll let you start.
5.
Go ahead.
All right. I had the former Clipper, one of the up and coming stars in the league, Tobias Harris at number 5. Did you have him at 5 too?
No, I just like the pick.
Oh yeah. I feel like the 4 people above him are a little bit more accomplished in their career, and I feel like they had a little bit of better season this year. I feel like if he would have played in the East all year, maybe not for the Sixers, but if he just would have played in the East all year, he would maybe be 4, maybe 3 on this list. Great shooter. He had some crazy games with the Clippers. I definitely enjoyed watching him. I could definitely say he's one of my favorite players in the league right now after what he did for the Clippers. Again, we thank you. You got us Landry Shamet and a first-round pick, but you were balling when you were on our team. So number 5, I think, is about right for you, Tobias.
Did he play for the Sixers a whole year, or was it just?
It was after the trade deadline.
Oh, okay. My number 5 is against the prime people. I have Nikola Vucevic, power forward.
He's a center.
I consider him a power forward, and I'm considering him a power forward because I see Vucevic as a power forward. His technical position is center. Huh?
Did Harris not make your top 5?
Who?
Did Tobias not make your top 5 then?
No.
Okay.
Look. Other than the position argument, which I could see you guys getting mad at me for putting him at center, that's fine. I mean, I just see him as a power forward. I see him as a stretch forward. Vucevic had a breakout season for who he was, playing for the absolute piece of crap organization that the Magic are. They're up there with the Pelicans as trash. They're up there with the Hornets. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyways, 20 points, around 8-9 rebounds, a couple blocks, or like a block and like half, something close like that. He upped his percentages, his shooting splits. He led his team to the playoffs as the best player. No one thought the Magic were even going to do anything against the Raptors. They won one game. I mean, I didn't expect them to do anything, but the fact that he led his team to the playoffs as the best player, the Magic have a crap roster, so they have nobody. He has nobody around him. He made his first All-Star. The Magic are going to make the mistake of over-signing for him because that's the Magic. I want to see him on a team like the Kings or just a team that can get him a good roster. But just he's what you want in a big. He can shoot. He can grab rebounds. He can run the floor, kind of. He's my number 5 power forward. Even though he's technically a center, I'm putting him as a power forward.
I actually like that pick a lot. Vucevic is someone that I didn't put on this list because he is a center, but I like him a lot more at power forward. I feel like he's more offense oriented, which I think is more like a power forward. And you know what team I really want to see him on? I want to see him on the Trailblazers when Nurkic comes back. I think Cantor is more of like a six man. I think he's more on the bench guy. I don't think he should be a starter. He's very good, but I think Nurkic is better. Nurkic and Vucevic as their backcourt, and then not backcourt. I don't know.
Front court.
Front court is what I meant. And then Damian Lillard and McCollum as the backcourt. I think that's pretty deadly with Alfredo Camino at their small forward. I like that, but I think the Kings are a good pick too. Even the Jazz. I hope he doesn't sign with the Orlando Magic. He'll just waste the talent. He's very good. I think he's one of the best offensive big men in the league, and that's what you want in a league like this. So I'm not gonna knock you on the pick. I don't. He's listed as a center, but I think I like him more as a power forward. So I like that pick a lot. Number 3, and number 4 are really interchangeable, but number 4 I just don't think had such a breakout good year like number 3. So I'm gonna have Aldridge at 4. Aldridge, he's never got the recognition he deserves. LaMarcus is a great, maybe even great. He's not a superstar, but he's a great power forward. He can shoot. He spreads the ball well. He had I think a couple 40 or more point games this year. Perfect fit for this Spurs. I feel like he could go to a contending team, but maybe when his contract's up and he's older, he'll be able to play for a long time because he's more of a shooting-oriented power forward, if you ask me. So maybe when he's like 30, he could join a team like the Warriors, who'll still probably be in contention, and he could win a ring with them. Because I never like to see Hall of Fame type players never win a ring. That's just kind of sad to me. I love Aldridge. I like them. Huh?
Chris Paul. Sorry.
Yeah, it breaks my heart. No, yeah. Love them on the Blazers. I love them on the Spurs. You're probably gonna knock me because you obviously know who I have at 3. Then I just feel like 3. He adapted his game so much. I just gotta give him props for it.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot about Aldridge, and looking back at it, I would honestly put Aldridge over Vucevic. Let me come back to you guys with the Aldridge versus Vucevic thing because I forgot about. Number 4, I have Blake Griffin. I'm gonna show some respect to your favorite player of all time. Blake. My favorite thing about Blake is that he played. Look, they got their ass kicked by the Bucks in the first round. He went out like a warrior. He went in injured. He still balled. The number one knock why Blake Griffin will never ever be superstar talent because of his injuries. He can't stay healthy. That's because of his play style. It's very athletic in his early career. I like how he's adapted. He's become a better shooter. He's a very good playmaker for a power forward. Not a very good rebounder or shot blocker because he's a little undersized. But no team. I want to see him on the Lakers, actually. I would love to see Blake Griffin. Yep. Love to see him on the Lakers. I feel like LeBron would benefit extremely from playing with Blake Griffin. Very versatile power forward. He can shoot. He can post up. He can run the floor. He's still a little bit athletic. He lost some of that hop. I really like Blake Griffin. I used to hate him. I don't know why, but he's earned my respect from that playoff series. I just can't put him above. I think drop off from 3 and 4 is a little it's kind of up there. So I have Blake at 4.
Well, I feel like I'm missing someone then, but I had Blake. I have Blake at 3, which means that I don't have Kevin Love in this video at all. Is that who your 3 is?
No, I'm no.
No, I just think Kevin Love. He's really dropped off. You know, he's dealt with depression, injuries. 2 years ago, he probably would have been like 4 or 4-3. Still a great player. You could honestly make a debate for him being 5 or an honorable mention, but I'm just not gonna put him on this list. He just hasn't played that well. But I really think I missed somebody. Then I'll see who your 3 is.
You did.
Okay, well I have Blake at 3. Obviously, you know, Blake is probably my favorite player of all time. I love Blake Griffin. I really wish he would have adapted his game with the Clippers. Like you said, he was an athletic power forward who just monstered over everybody. But he got injured so much with us. That's why we were never able to like be successful in the playoffs because him and Chris Paul are just like they always have the injury bug. But now that he's adapted his game, I think his career will be longer. Now that he's a 3-point shooter and he's a good shooter now. He shot really well this year. Um, I hope that he'll get off the Pistons in the next 3 years or so where they trade him. Like you said, the Lakers would be a phenomenal fit. I think even, I think if I had to give him another good pick, maybe the Jazz would be a pretty good fit. The Jazz just need shooters. That's it. They have good defense, but they don't have that much offensive power. So honestly,
Gobert and Griffin complement each other very nicely.
yeah. So now obviously the Jazz will take any power forward that could shoot because Derek Favors is so bad. So bad. Blake Griffin's my number 3. I love Blake. We will always miss you. The Clippers, there's no hard feelings about anything. Now, Chris Paul, there might be some hard feelings, But Blake Griffin, there's never going to be hard feelings. Best redhead I know, other than my bro, Andrew. Love you, Andrew. But
don't forget Scalabrini. Don't forget Brian Scalabrini.
The white mom. Andrew probably is not even watching his videos. Forget him. But I love Blake. We miss you, like I already said. But number 3, I think, is appropriate for him. Who do you have at 3 then?
My number 3 is Draymond. Green. The guy that you forgot. The guy that has been the unsung MVP of these playoffs for Golden State. Draymond is, along with Steph Curry, he revolutionized the way bigs play basketball. Draymond can do everything. He's been a crap shooter these playoffs, and it's kind of bothered me. But he can get to the bucket. He can pass. He can rebound. He can defend bigs and perimeter players. He's the engine, or he's the heart of Golden State. He has had triple doubles in almost every single game in the playoffs. Triple doubles against the Blazers last 2 games. His impact for the Warriors is so great. It's honestly, for me, it's above Klay Thompson. I'm not gonna put it above Steph Curry. That's crazy. But Draymond can do more than just about every power forward on this list, except for my top 2 guys. The only thing that Draymond can't do is shoot very well. His shot has regressed so much. I don't know why. It's beyond me. He used to be a very good shooter for his position. Draymond is. You could plug him in on any team. They would love to have Draymond. Any team.
I totally forgot about Draymond, but if I had to put him on this list, I'd probably slide Aldridge to 5, move Tobias to honorable mention, and put him at 4. As much as I think he is, he does a lot of things that go unnoticed. He's not a regular season player, and he knows that. But he's such a good playoff player. He will do anything. He's the leader on the court. He's tenacious with his defense. I'm not gonna lie, I hated Draymond Green. I just thought he had a big mouth. But after this playoffs, what really changed my mind is when after the Warriors beat the Clippers in Game 6. He went up to Montrezl Harrell and he gave him a hug and said good series and stuff. He earned a lot of respect from me after he did that. He literally went away from an interview he had, and he did that. So I really, he earned my respect a lot by doing that. He's just always in the playoffs. He's an unsung hero, like you said. I mean, you could definitely make an argument that he should maybe have a couple Finals MVPs. Plays defense, plays offense. One, you think? Yeah, he's. I don't. He's either 3 or 4. I don't know if I'd put him above Blake, only because, like I said, he's not a regular season player, and he knows that. He's admitted to it. Plus, he kind of can be a big mouth sometimes, which gets him in a lot of foul trouble. He gets a lot of technical fouls.
He's been working on it.
He's been working on it. I don't know if you heard the story. Little story time, I guess. His son.
I heard. Yep, I heard.
Playing basketball with the son, and his son flopped, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm just playing how the NBA players do." Oh. So ever then he's been kind of more settle on the court. He's not flopping and getting. Plus, he has the best basketball meme ever. I don't care what anybody says. When they won, he goes, "Yup, that best basketball meme ever." Yup.
All right, let's go on to your number 3. We still got 2 more guys to go.
No, number two and one.
Oh, wait, two. Go and get your two guys because we still got to wrap this video up.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to wrap it up real quick. I think we know who the top two guys are. I don't know if it's gonna be the same. So even though I feel like Anthony Davis has a lot more years under his belt, I just think Giannis in what he did just this year overdoes what Anthony Davis has done in his whole career. He's made it farther in the playoffs in just 1 year, and he's about to win an MVP. Which Anthony Davis came close, but he's never won one. No, it's not for sure yet. It's not for sure yet because he still hasn't won it yet, obviously. But I think it's pretty for sure that he's probably gonna win. But Anthony Davis, I get he hasn't had the greatest team ever, and he's played lights out. But I just think Giannis is a better player. He's more dominant. Anthony Davis is a stud, though. This is not a knock on him. Anthony Davis is a top 5 player in the league. In just my opinion, Giannis is just top 3. So it's a really hard battle. So I played with reaction. You probably got Davis at 1 and Giannis at 2. I'm assuming. Plus,
Well,
Anthony was hurt most of the year.
For one, I don't want to talk to you about playoffs. That is unfair. Giannis has been given great teams, not great teams, but really good teams compared to what Davis had. Davis had Boogie Cousins for not even a full season. Boogie Cousins got hurt. He took him to the first round. He swept Portland. Went on to lose Golden State. We didn't think he was going to beat Golden State anyway. Davis has been balling ever since he came into the league. He never had to grow into his role like Giannis. Part of it is because Giannis had a tougher life growing up. I understand what he had to go through. That's not Anthony Davis's fault. That's not AD's fault that Giannis had a tough life. AD, from the minute he began, averaged 20, then 22, then 24, then 24, then 26, 28, 20. He kept getting better every single year. I see Giannis as a small forward up until this year. Davis has been playing power forward his whole career. Up until this year, he's been playing center. He got hurt. I understand the whole Pelicans crap is going on. You can't compare a guy who's been playing power forward at an elite position or elite level for his whole career to a guy who just started playing power forward for one season and had an MVP year. Davis has been top 3 MVP voting for the last couple years, last 2-ish years, maybe 3, depending on who you ask. Right now, I take Giannis. He's younger. He's not injury prone. If Davis wasn't injury prone, give me Davis 10 times out of 10. Look, I understand Giannis is a better passer. I like Davis's mid-range game more. He's better in the paint. He's actually a very good shooter compared to Giannis. I'd say they're on the same level.
Can't say he's better in the paint.
Well, they score in different ways. So it's kind of, for me it's Giannis's post game is compared to AD's is not even close. Davis they're about the same rebounder they're the same height, same rebounder. I think Davis is a little bit better of a defender than Giannis.
I don't know. I don't think so.
If you're talking about value to a team, if I was playing like if I was doing park and I was doing like 3-on-3 pickup ball and I would choose one guy to make my team better, I would choose AD. For me, what makes him push him over Giannis is the fact that he's been doing it for longer and he's been sustaining it through worse teams. For me, if you want to put Giannis, that's cool. I understand why he's having a better season, but that's one season.
But you got to think about this too. Giannis is so much more versatile. Anthony Davis is a big man, and that's it. Giannis can play the point. He can play big man. He can play forward. Like you said, Giannis is a much better passer. Giannis is probably one of the most dominant people in the paint we've seen since Shaq. Giannis, I think, he was the best. He was the best defender in the league this year. If you look at the stats, he was top 2 defensive player of this year. Giannis is a great player, and he doesn't get enough credit for it. Now, I'm not knocking Anthony Davis. You know, it was hard to put one over the other. But I just think Giannis is a little bit more versatile. And I think that if they went up one-on-one, it'd be a tough battle. Anthony Davis is a better shooter. I could agree with that. I think Giannis is a slightly better rebounder. I mean, they probably average about the same. Yeah. Who has the bigger wingspan?
That's not that Giannis does actually, and that's not AD's look again. That's not AD's fault. Well, the thing that you're not bringing up is the fact that Giannis has been playing at a high level for about 2 to 3 years. AD's been doing it for multiple years. AD is still 25 or 25 or 26. How old is Giannis? 25?
25, yeah.
24. Okay. For me, look, if Giannis was playing at this level as a power forward for the same amount of years as AD, your argument would make sense. AD's been doing it for longer at a position to where that's been his position.
Hey, but this is like the same argument as Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a young QB, so you don't want to put him over someone like Andrew Luck or Russell Wilson. But what he's done in his short career just overpowers anything anybody else has done, which is exactly how Giannis is. I mean, it's an argument for another day.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you before we end this podcast. If we had Giannis at small forward, where would he be?
I'm torn between 2 or 3.
Me too.
The reason why is that, like I said, I'm a big fan of Kawhi. I just love his defense and you can pick either, and I would not be mad. I can't put him over KD. I don't think he's above KD, but if he was a small forward, he's right there with LeBron and Kawhi.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up, Sacktown. I hope you liked our video. We got a little bit of disputes in this video, but for the most part, it was pretty much the same. Power forwards, I had Giannis, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Draymond Green, LaMarcus Aldridge. My honorable mentions were Porzingis, Tobias, and Julius Randle.
And then my power forwards, I had AD, Giannis, Draymond, Blake, and LaMarcus Aldridge over Vucevic. Thinking about it, Arnold mentioned Porzingis. It's been a great video. Talking about AD and Giannis is pretty fun.
Yeah. So centers and coaches coming up next, and then Jared, you want to do a top 10 players in the NBA right now? You want to do that? I feel like that'd be a fun video. It'd be very different. I feel like
right now or
based off of this season. We'll do it based off of this season.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can do that. That one's gonna be a fun one. You guys should definitely watch that one because there's definitely gonna be some me getting out of my chair and throwing my blanket or Ray going like this or something like that. So you guys would definitely want to watch that one. Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you for watching. We want to drop some in real life podcasts coming up soon. We know our quality isn't the greatest, but with this camera we got, and I feel like just doing it in person and being able to edit it will make our videos so much better. We hope to include graphics, statistics in our videos coming up soon. Just know we're still in high school. We still got a lot of work to do. We still, we're trying to go to college or working and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to do these, but just grind with us, okay? Oh, and also we're in need of some special guests. So if anybody has gotten this far and they want to be a special guest, hit up me or Jared. I'm on Instagram. I'm at RayGonzalez_7051. Jared is
I'm at sausage.jared. Oh, excuse me, all lowercase.
All lowercase. Oh, I have all lowercase as well. And then, but you're probably gonna want to hit us up at our main Instagram for our channel at Sacktown Podcast on Instagram. The emblem is the same one as our YouTube channel. So thank you guys for watching again. Peace.
Peace out, guys. Dude.